is Burn Love. Burn Love. Burning through conversations, trying to ash out common sense. This is Burn Love. Burning through conversations, trying to ash out common sense. This is Burn Love.
Burn Live, y'all. Burn Live, where we burn through conversation trying to ash out common sense. Welcome to another Burn Live show. I am your host, Capiche. Hey, man, that was my new intro. I was rocking with that. I like that. I like that. Shout out to my production team on putting that together. Welcome to the show. Sorry, that was a good intro. I almost want to hear that again. No, Monday through Fridays, y'all, we always got some hot news that posted. Monday is Marijuana Day, Tuesday is AI, Wednesday Comic Book Day, Thursday Cop Cam Day, Friday is Politics Day. Sunday we working on sports, and therefore, yeah. Today I just want to ask, can Trump get us out of war? Because yet again we are in war with Iran. You hear a lot of people are panicking all over America, thinking like it's the end. I heard this question last night from CNN panel from Abby Phillips, where she was asking, can Iran rockets and missiles actually reach America? And when I heard that, I was like, technically, no, they can't.
I didn't want to interrupt the show. I didn't want to interrupt your monologue.
Technically, they can't reach here in America, but can Iran weapons reach American allies? And then the answer would be more like, yes, they can reach our allies. And therefore, we need to do something about it. And when I first heard about the war, remember we was doing a good night Capiche when the war first broke out.
How early is this that quote, skyrocketing oil prices from Iran war? That's today?
Uh-huh.
Well, we just raised our gas prices 20 cents today. And that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was strange.
What was I saying?
Iran, people coming in boats and ships, and allies.
Oh, can Iran weapons reach our allies and do harm? Yeah. Basically, it's like this. Can Iran weapons reach Israel? Yeah, they can reach Israel. Is Israel American ally? Yes, they are. So when you look at stuff like that, then you have to take into consideration that, hey, just maybe, we need to do something about it. What I was saying was, when we first covered it, we was on Good Night Capiche when it had popped off, was the fact that, I remember what I said was, I feel like this is trying to set Iran back. Like, what is really happening is Trump and the Democrats and Republicans have each administration, because I've seen the clips of each president actually saying that Iran, with them threatening America, talking about how they don't like us, saying that we're the next people for them to try to take over and stuff like that. Understanding there are such things as sleeper cells.
So we are at war right now. How would you say it?
I'm not saying at war. Are we battling with them? Yeah. War would be more like, I don't know.
So then if we're not at war, then why is you worried
We're-
about them sending missiles to the allies?
To our allies, because yet again, if you make problem with allies, if you're causing problems with all things and structuring like that, basically that's what the reports were. It's basically Iran makes it difficult to do business across seas when it comes to oil. You know what I'm saying? Iran has a lot of oil. You know what I'm saying? Iran actually does more of their business with China and Russia. So anybody in between those trying to do business. And so think about this, if you got to get your oil tank to drive through there, because sometimes you probably have to drive through Iran, you're gonna get it taken, sieged, and all this other stuff like that. So this is where you got small problems that turn into big problems because it's the consistent things, and you're doing it to allies, you're doing it to other people, and you're making other people stronger. Yet again, China and Russia.
Oh.
And when you do stuff like that, you have to eventually somebody should do something about it. And what Trump announced is this is a regime, a change of power, taking the power out of people that we consider terrorists. Now, I guess that'll be the next big question for a person to ask, like, what do you consider terrorists, or what do Americans consider as terrorists? And then somebody want to go deep, well, what do Trump consider terrorists and stuff like that? I guess you do have to come to that understanding and break down and terminology to move forward. Excuse me. You would have to do it like that too. So not to, I want to say this, but I was trying to lead into it. To answer your question, are we in war? A war will consist of like your allies helping you
Not
out.
necessarily. You can go to two countries can go to war with each other.
Okay, like Russia and and
like Russia and
Ukraine, which doesn't have but that wouldn't consider like a.
That's not a world war, but that is a war.
That is a war. But us doing this to Iran, I notice it's a war. I guess you can call it whatever. But notice how nobody's coming to Iran's defense. Nobody, not even Russia or China, like, you know what? They did keep our gas prices cheap. You know what I'm saying? We did rock with them. Why they not coming to their defense? Why they not helping? They not sending no troops.
Not yet.
And we're a week in to this war. You think, hey, we getting bombed. They're not getting bombed over there in America. But yet again, I'm going to get into some reports about gas prices and things and other stuff that is going on so we can get a deeper understanding of what's going on and what we got to look to for the future of this war.
Okay, who is it later?
The press secretary.
Oh, for Trump. Or for the White House.
For the White House.
Oh.
And the goals of Operation Epic Fury has been fully realized. Then Iran will essentially be in a place of unconditional surrender, whether they say it themselves or not.
It comes as gas and oil prices are skyrocketing. At the pump, the average price per gallon is up 34 cents since the war started last week. And U.S. crude oil settled today at more than $90 per barrel, rising 35% just this week. That is the biggest weekly gain ever recorded, going all the way back to the inception of the crude oil contract back in March of 1983. Today, White House press secretary also addressing concerns of runaway energy prices.
Apparently, you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or vibe coding meets drag and drop freedom. We'll see about that. All right, let me try to make up a site to sell some like theoretical Sambucha.
Let me just walk you through the president's thinking on this. We have to focus on the short term and the temporary goals of Operation Epic Fury to obliterate the Iranian regime will be a very good thing for the energy and oil markets and for oil prices across the globe in the long term. When you no longer have a terrorist regime that is restricting the free flow of energy through the Strait of Hormuz and to the rest of the world.
And we're also learning new details about the strike on an elementary school in southern Iran on the first day of this war. Iranian officials say more than 160 people were killed in that strike. The Pentagon says it is investigating whether it was a U.S. strike that hit that school. But two U.S. officials tell NBC News during closed-door briefings, administration officials told lawmakers the U.S. was operating in a section of Iran where the school was struck. Joining me now is NBC News senior business.
Yet again, Americans going to see, was that us? And only thing they know is that the fact that we was in the area working. It doesn't mean that that we officially did it. But yet again, y'all know me. I know I love going to these Democratic news coverage to cover the news, to get their perspective and understand the narrative that they're giving us. Okay, that's the whole purpose, the spoken something of the narrative, and then we get the facts.
What do you mean by call? He want the nigga to just give up.
Yeah, we want to be able to y'all to go in. Anybody that's under this main regime right now, bow down. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to unalive you. We're not trying to kill you. We're not trying to do nothing that to you. Just stop.
He just bombed some kids, man.
But yet again, you don't know if it was America. You keep saying that, but you don't know it was America. They don't know it was America.
Who else is bombing Iran besides America?
Iran is bombing too, attacking back.
No, I said who is bombing them besides America? I know Iran fighting back, but who else is bombing them besides America?
So you don't think Iran can accidentally bomb themselves? Because I remember reports of that happened in the Israel Hamas.
Why would they want to bomb themselves? That's stupid.
Yet again, when you think that American people are in certain areas, you try to bomb them out of them areas. You try to attack those areas to move them troops. Yet again, that was happening in the Iran-Hamas war. The more that Hamas was moving into Israel's territory, Israel had to bomb out certain areas to try to push them back. Same thing that's happening with the Russia-Ukraine war. Russia done took so much of Ukraine's territory that they're bombing inside their own territory, inside their own country, to try to push Russia back. Not to say that that's happening here, I don't know, but I have to be open-minded and think about that situation too. And it's like, okay, who was bombing? I understand both sides are bombing, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to blame it on my peoples until somebody comes out and says it. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to say, oh yeah, I just don't bomb schools. I have no evidence.
This correspondent Christine Romans, NBC News White House correspondent Monica Alba, and NBC News correspondent Danielle Hamamdjian is in Beirut. Christine, I have to start with you and some of these stunning figures that we've been following. Let's talk about gas and oil prices first. Is there a ceiling when it comes to oil prices?
Well, look, we had a record high back in 2008, I think, of $140 a barrel. And you saw after the war began in Ukraine, when Russia invaded Ukraine, you saw a spike in oil prices then. I guess it depends on how long, quite frankly, this conflict lasts in Iran and how wide it spreads, to be honest.
Well, Christine, I guess the question a lot of people have, because they seem to spike pretty quickly,
Yeah.
Does it take longer for them to come down, or could they come down just as quickly? President Trump continues to insist, look, yes, they've gone up, but they're going to come back down.
Yeah, and really, what you're hearing from White House officials is patience. That the aim of this particular mission in Iran is really important. That longer term, that would mean lower oil prices. Look, we've seen this many, many times. It's just the nature of the beast. Prices tend to go up much more quickly than they come down. That has happened.
That is true of a war. America economically always grows because of war. The recent last wars, we economically grown. The thing about the war that most people can say is the internal spying that goes on our own people, on our own soil. And that's ever since 9/11, which I don't think is ever since 9/11. I kind of think it's further back with other projects too. You know what I'm saying? When the government operating on us and testing on us, stuff like that, that's kind of different. But when it comes to the war part of this part, America seems to get a growth spurt in the economy. Most people, this is unfortunately a good time to start doing investments in the oil, you know what I'm saying? Even though the prices are very high, but a lot of people are selling their assets. When they're selling their assets, somebody got to grab those assets and pick up. And that can be part of your portfolio being under a smaller market and under a smaller brand. You do have to pay attention to that. Oil, gas, and refinery factories is probably going to be the focus of America right now. Because with stuff bombing over there in other countries, and especially in oil places, them refinery factories are going to need a place to build. And if Trump opens up the gate, say, hey, come build over here in America, you know what I'm saying? We'll give you a discount or what, blah, 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 blah. These prices are dropped efficiently. I mean, dramatically, because yet again, these oil rig efficiencies will be over here instead of cross seas.
And it's been studied. You know, it's one of those economic studies when you go to business school, you learn about. And we have seen just this week has been such a dramatic, just such a dramatic rise. And you talk to people who are trying to fill up their gas tanks. It's noticeable right away, especially if you run a small business or you drive your car for your job. So this is something that is front of mind. And I'll also say this has been something that the White House for months has been pointing to as a reason why you should trust Trump economic policies, because inflation was defeated. That's the way the White House put it. And gas was a really good example of that. And now it is reversed.
I'm shocked I heard that, but I know y'all didn't hear that. But if you heard the small talk, she said, what? Trust the Trump economical plan. I know people, because I got a good friend, shout out to her, because we just had this business meeting before I came online. And that's the first thing she said. I can't trust this administration to make my next business move because he's all over the place. And then yet again, you just heard somebody else that say trust is amazing.
That's the sound of an American oil company hard at work. Want to be a part of it? Listen up.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari.
Well, and I keep going back to that fact, Christine. President Trump continued to talk about gas prices. It would almost be one of the first data points he would mention when you talk to him about the economy. Put this into broader context, if you will. We know that affordability is the #1 issue for voters. We're in a midterm election season. How important are gas prices to a presidency? I know that President Biden's chief of staff checked them every single morning.
Look, because this is a real feel economic factor for people. You fill up maybe every week. And so it's something you notice, even if it maybe doesn't affect your family budget, it does affect the psychology of the household. But I will say Bank of America had some fascinating studies or research today where they said that, it had been sticky inflation on food, sticky meaning it was just not getting any better on food that people were really unhappy about. But falling gas prices allowed them to continue spending as a household, right? They would be able to make up the grocery bill by the falling gas prices. And that benefit has just disappeared in a matter of days. And so that will be very closely watched for what it means for consumers. Do they start to pull back on spending, and does it hurt the rest of the economy more broadly?
The other real field data point, the jobs market. We got that anemic jobs report today, and the previous jobs numbers were revised downward. What are the implications of those figures, Christine?
Look, it's a dramatic downshift. I mean, you had only 116,000 jobs created last year, because now we've had these new revisions for December. And then you had this weak February. That number right there, that 126, I think that was actually even revised down a little bit too. No, that one was 126. Yeah, it was exactly 126. So you've got all of these sort of revisions and downshifts. And frankly, it tells you that there's a no hire, no fire job market, maybe slightly more firing in February. And that is a real change from the prior year. We had almost 1.5 million jobs created. A few
with MSNBC.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm just being truthful. The reason why that stat is like that is for the simple fact these jobs by the Democrats were majority federal jobs. You know what I'm saying? They not in the private sector for us everyday people that don't want a federal job and don't want to have to go through all that BS of getting a job like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not like this administration created jobs like that. Trump, on the other hand, fired way more federal jobs than actual creation into the economy, because yet again, what he wants to bring back is what this war is creating. It's the opportunity for them jobs to come back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm gonna say it like this. Let me do my little close up. And it's like Trump said, I want to bring jobs back to America. He told y'all that, he told us that. You know what I'm saying? Then we bitch it wasn't fast enough. So it's kind of like, okay, I can't do it no faster, but by pushing jobs out of countries.
That was his first term.
That's also this term too. Matter of fact, his first year was telling us that he was going to bring the jobs back. This is what he was doing. That's what it was campaign on, was bringing jobs back to the country. Okay, his first year in office, it wasn't fast enough because everybody was bitching. I'm talking about America was bitching, right? So yet again, okay, cool. I go shout out to all these countries and people that they're gonna bring the job, that put their money investment into it, but the job creation part ain't moving fast enough. Okay, cool. How about we start causing chaos in those countries that y'all doing those business in? Because now y'all can't run y'all business accordingly. Now come back to America. Because y'all already wouldn't come back. Now I'm forcing y'all to come back because over there, where y'all at, ain't running. It's not running efficiently how it needs to be ran. If that makes sense. Say Shell. Shell is over there in Iran. You know what I'm saying? They're doing business. That means y'all making money for America, but yet again, y'all doing business with Russia and China. Y'all told Trump, oh yeah, Trump, we're gonna bring jobs back over there. I promise you, we're gonna do that. It's not quick enough. All right, we're gonna take out all y'all infrastructures to what y'all get ahead over there. So now y'all have no choice but to come back here. Because y'all want to keep y'all business going. Right now, all reason people are taking hits over there. Where y'all gonna run y'all business? India is definitely ran by China. So where's you gonna run? You gonna go to Pakistan? Pakistan is ran by the Taliban. ISIS is in between that too. So where you gonna go? Come to America. You see how you're forcing the competition outside of the country to come back over here to America. Because you try to do it nicely the first way. But hey, let's do it. Let's sit down, white table. We're going to shake hands. We're going to see all these cameras. We're going to do it this way. Let's shake hands. Let's do business. Bring business to America. It wasn't fast enough. Okay. War, bitches. And that's what you got right here. You got the effects of it. When this guy was in office, Joe, can y'all see the arrow? When Joe was in office with this 126, because this is basically him, you know, bad. Actually, these are my butts, actually, but I'm just using this as an example because Joe brought a lot of jobs to America, but yet again, they were federal. And I know Trump got rid of a lot of federal jobs. There's no way that you can say, yeah.
No fire job market, maybe slightly more firing in February. And that is a real change from the prior year when you had almost 1.5 million jobs created. A few things here: tariffs, mass deportations, and now a new headwind, which is higher energy costs. Will there be some sort of an energy shock from a war in Iran? TBD.
All right. Well, I know you're going to watch it very closely. Christine Romans, thank you for starting us off on this Friday.
Welcome.
Really appreciate it. Let's head over to Monica Alba at the White House. Take us inside your conversations. Monica, how concerned is the administration about these rising gas prices, and are they scrambling to try to come up with a plan to address them?
They are tracking it very, very closely, Kristen, and they did have a couple of meetings on that exact issue this week. We know, according to Secretary Rubio, that this was one of those things that they said going into making the decision, they knew this was going to be a big factor, and that's why the Energy Secretary, the Treasury Secretary, and others have been trying to work on some possible plans to mitigate the oil prices. But as you've just been discussing, there really isn't anything they can do to flip the switch or help in the immediate, and it's the president who is making that crystal clear, saying, yeah, you're probably going to see these go up. You're going to see the gas pump prices go up for a little bit, and then hopefully they'll come down. He's talking about that in a very matter-of-fact way that you and I both know could become a huge issue and liability for this White House, because it is something that they are constantly.
When you say that, I had to say this. Prices go down, they buy more oil when it's cheaper. When it's up higher, they buy less oil. That's why prices go up here in America. So we want those barrels to go down to $60, you know what I'm saying, $50 a barrel. So we can go buy more and stack up. That means our prices go, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to charge the American people that much because you got it $50 on a barrel instead of what they're getting now, $90 on a barrel. And during the pandemic, they was getting it at $116 a barrel.
Touting. So I do think this week, as they turned a little bit more from the obvious overseas implications and the operational updates, there is a way more concentrated focus now on the domestic impact of all of this. And I do think you have the White House actively discussing additional plans, additional ways in which they could address this, other plans that they could come out and try to tell the American people about that they are still considering, but haven't decided to fully act on yet.
Yeah, and Monica, we know that all of this comes as the president has some key meetings coming up with defense executives as well as his Secretary of Defense. Walk us through your understanding of the agenda in those meetings, Mon.
Yeah, and the president just actually put out a pretty lengthy readout about the meeting, saying that it was a successful meeting, that these defense contractors, some of the largest defense contractors in the world, have agreed to quadruple their production of the exquisite class weaponry that he is saying and has argued for days the United States has enough of to potentially carry on conflicts like the one in Iran forever. But at the same time, they say, and the White House is trying to argue that this meeting was scheduled weeks ago, they say they need to ramp up that production for potential future other conflicts, or because the stockpile eventually could be depleted enough that there would need to be additional munitions. So the president is announcing that these defense contractors are going to meet again in 2 months. They will return to the White House to provide an update to the president. And according to the White House, they say that there are going to be additional plans.
It really does sound like Trump wants this war over before he's out of office. And that just from what I hear from Portland. I really never really covered a war like this during the administration. So, you know what I'm saying? This is my cover. I would have to look back, which I guess any president, you know what I'm saying, benefit of the doubt, probably start a war and hope to finish the war before their term and stuff,
So
before they get out of office.
You gonna do podcasts in when they hit the towers?
9/11 though.
Because we went to war then too.
I was at school.
Oh.
Plants that need to be built. And so now you have different cities, he says, that are bidding on the potential contracts for that. So it does seem like this is a moment where the White House is trying to say, well, don't worry, don't panic. We have enough munitions. We have enough weapons. But at the same time, on the other hand, we want more. We always want to be building that up. And so that is a big focus of the administration today and going into the next couple of weeks as this conflict stretches on. Kristen.
And Monica, I wonder how much of a focus the messaging of this is. You have different administration officials and Republicans saying different things. Is this a war? Is this not a war? Is it a conflict?
I told y'all that war is that using that word is really kind of sketchy to use in this conflict. I know you sympathize, like, hey, two people bomb each other, ain't that war? I know it's really, but you just heard a news anchor struggle over the definition. Is this war? Is this not war? Huh? You think you would think that would not be a discussion at all, period, point blank. You would really think that. I would think that. That wouldn't even be a discussion at all. But for her to even mutter that, let you know that you gotta pump our brakes before we officially call this a war, because you know, when we go in there and do our things and get out, success, that's not a war. That's more of an ass whooping. That's more in, you know, you couldn't call that Venezuela thing a war. No, we was in, boom, we shot up the place, got the guy out off a military base, boom, we was out.
That's not a war because then nobody get blown up, bombed. This is a war.
People got shot at.
They didn't get bombed. Kids, schools didn't get blown up. It's a difference. Kids getting blown up over there in Iran.
So the bomb it was almost declares as a war.
No, what declares a war is, first of all, Congress got to declare war. First of all, they ain't did that yet. Second of all, if you go over to a country and kill the president, just take it over, that's an invasion. That's considered a war. An invasion is a war because the people's fighting, trying to fight back. They ain't letting you come over and take shit over. You taking it by force. That is an invasion. That's considered a war. So technically, the United States is trying to invade Iran right now. That's a war. No different than if Iran came over here, did the same shit to us. We be hollering, oh, it's time to go to war. What you think they saying over there in Iraq?
Free us.
No, you still got some Iraqi people over there that's like, why the fuck is they bombing us? What the fuck is wrong with them over there? Leave us alone. We ain't bothering nobody. Y'all some fucking bullies. Y'all just want our oil.
But some of them people over there ain't free. But they ain't got no freedom over there.
They Muslim, man. They not under no goddamn dictatorship. They Muslim. They have a set religion that they follow.
But yet again, some of them over there, and it's been reported that hey, they don't.
Well, we don't need to see those reports. But as far as I know, it's a Muslim country, and all of them follow Muslim beliefs. And in their mind, they're free because they're Muslim. You know what I'm saying? And
but not everybody over there is Muslim. There are Christians, there are Catholics over there too.
You're right. But the majority of the country is Muslim. They run the country. Shiites and Sunnis run that country. They at war with each other, but that's another different shit.
Is there a strategy to explain what is actually happening to the American people in the coming days, Mon?
Yeah, and it's a great question because we've kind of seen the president in fits and starts on this. He had those pre-recorded videos that he did from Mar-a-Lago. Then he offered some remarks. It does seem like every event, even if it's not focused specifically on the conflict in Iran, the president opens it by giving some kind of an update. Yesterday, he was honoring the Inter Miami soccer team for their MLS championship, and he did decide to talk about Iran for the first 6 minutes or so. So today, he has another sports roundtable. It's possible he will do the same, but almost every single time that the president talks about it, more questions are raised about the end game, about what could the administration actually mean when they say that this isn't about regime change, but they definitely want to see the regime change, and they have ideas about which leaders they would like to see potentially lead Iran, but they haven't necessarily detailed.
Getting people that doesn't have American interests out of Iran and have people that has more of a global interest in place. People that ain't trying to always fight and kill just to get their way to the top. Even though that's how people look at America. That's how America is. Oh, my God. Okay, y'all. Let's see how Fox covered it. I did a pretty good job covering NBC. Like that. I do. I need to learn how to do thumbnails. Oh, that's my next training, thumbnails. Y'all, let's see how Fox covered this. Same covers about gas prices and what Trump administration is trying to do far as can Trump get us out this war.
Private White House briefing with the press secretary, Caroline Levitt. Caroline, thanks for being with us this Friday afternoon. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
I wanted to start you off this afternoon because we have confirmed reports from U.S. officials that Russia is providing intelligence to Iran to help it target U.S. assets in the region. I'm sure this is something that does not please the president whatsoever. Has he spoken to Putin about it?
Well, look, I'll leave that to the president to answer himself. But what I will tell you, John, we don't comment on intelligence reports that are leaked to the press. Whether or not this happened, frankly, it does not really matter because President Trump and the United States military are absolutely decimating the rogue Iranian terrorist regime. We are now on day 6 of Operation Epic Fury. The United States military has impressively established dominance and air superiority over the skies of Iran. We have sunk and destroyed more than 30 of their Navy ships. And of course, the goals of this operation have been laid out and very clear. Completely annihilate Iran's Navy, which again, we are well on our way to doing. Their Navy has now been deemed combat ineffective. Secondly, take out their ballistic missile weaponry arsenal capacity, which we are very much doing. In fact, their retaliatory ballistic missile strikes against the United States and our allies in the region have decreased 90% just over the course of the last 6 days. And of course, the overall mission in this operation is to ensure that Iran can never again possess a nuclear weapon. That was the real imminent threat that was posed by Iran to the United States and our personnel in the region. And President Trump and the United States military are focused on tackling this threat every single day.
Caroline, welcome to you. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. So as the president demands this unconditional surrender from
already see the difference. Like, we're not going to give reporters. We're going to go straight to the source. We're going to get the press secretary herself to come on her and lay out the facts of what the administration is doing. Just want to point that out.
Iran, there is major movement in the U.S. energy markets. Crude oil right now is spiking. It's up 14%, topping $90 a barrel. In fact, right now it's at $92 a barrel. You've seen a drop in the U.S. stock market. Can you share with us the concerns the president may have, especially as gas prices are now, let's see, they're back up to $3.32 a gallon after dropping to $2.90 just 1 month ago, Caroline?
Well, rest assured to your audience and to the American people, this is long something that President Trump, his Energy Secretary Chris Wright, his Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent have thought about and have been planning for and have already announced action in response to. Let me just walk you through the president's thinking on this. We have to focus on the short term and the temporary goals of Operation Epic Fury to obliterate the Iranian regime will be a very good thing for the energy and oil markets and for oil prices across the globe in the long term. When you no longer have a terrorist regime that is restricting the free flow of energy through the Strait of Hormuz and to the rest of the world. So that's number one. Number two.
First thing I was saying, if they are blocking business for oil rigs to get in and out of the country to do business with other people, because yet again, that's a problem. That's a problem. All those spots, dots that y'all see on the screen are actually spots where oil rigs at and airstrikes at. But those are oil rig areas next to neighboring other people who either have interests with America and without America. Okay, you got the Kuwaitis, you got Sudan, Turkey. I believe Pakistan is over here on this side. And I do believe Afghanistan is up in this area of where the dots are at. So you do have a lot of people who have their own interests in there. And y'all big ass Iran fucking up business because yet again, Pakistan had to go through here to get to Iran to do business. I'm just saying, if that is possible, because they are doing shit like that, y'all. I'm not BSing when I'm saying stories like this. You got to go through here. You got to go through this whole country, get to this other country. Yet again, if these people are stopping you, taking your own risk and knocking you down, hey, you got 10 barrels? Hey, -1. Fuck it. You want to get through? -1. Hey. And then if you say no, you know what time it is. You know these people's not playing no game. Stop. You say no? You say no? All right. Man, they put video. They put that video up. Hey, Pakistani, Afghanistan, all of them. Hey, he out. Send the video back. And still send that. Then they take 2. They only wanted 1. You said no, now they took 2. They took 3. Send the rest.
Nigga, just take the shit and just kill the motherfucker. Just take it.
But yet again, that's why you got to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody around like, I ain't going to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Think about these people around her, around them, Iran going to war would probably stay in war. It'll probably be back and forth because Iran missiles can reach way over there. Okay, so Trump is this administration, because I ain't gonna just say Trump, because this administration, it ain't just all Trump. But this administration, like, look, we gotta do something about that. All right. You know what I'm saying? We gotta clean it. It's like saying we gotta clean up these streets, we gotta clean up our business. If somebody you looking at does bad business, and I can look at them like, hey, you're actually doing bad business. Why am I'm not going to keep doing business with you. We got to do something. We got to, hey, we came and talked to you. Hey, Iran, hey, let's do business. No, fuck America. As what we've been hearing. Right. Another administration come through. Hey, Iran, trying to do business. Fuck you. You know what you did to that people's motherfucker? We can't tell no cricket monkeys up there. No, all right, cool. You know, it's 2026. Trump like, damn. And think about it. Trump sat down and looked at all them other presidents like, damn, Iran just been fucking away, huh? They even, hey, look, Trump can even say, shit, they got me my first administration. Hey, that go get me this time. Fuck out of here. 90 barrels. I do remember dude reporting said, dog, first administration, dog, they was getting barrels at like $50, $60 a barrel. That's when I was kind of just trying to get into understanding how the oil stuff was working. Like, what is the whole purpose? How y'all getting oil? How do y'all buy by this stuff? So y'all buy by barrel, $90 a barrel. Man, shit. Yet again, let me repeat myself. During the pandemic, they were paying damn near $120 a barrel. Where, yet again, the lowest they were paying. If we look up, and I'm not going to do it, you know what I'm saying? We probably should, but we're not. There's probably once upon a time that they were probably paying like $30 a barrel.
For what?
Oil. And I'm guessing, I don't know. But you got to think, fluctuating back in the day, especially back in the 40s, stuff wasn't that expensive. They were paying like at least $40, $50, $40. They probably went down to like $40 a barrel. Because, and only reason I'm saying that is for the simple fact, gas prices in America, once upon a time, used to be like $1 something. Used to be like $1 something. So come on, bro. Unless they were getting buku rich, which you can hate on them like, oh, that was wrong. Look, Capiche, you were wrong. And look at them. They were just getting paid in the oil industry, which fair. And I'm going to say fair because he looking it up. So to correct me. But other than that,
the cheapest crude oil ever was recorded on April 20th, 2020, when the West Texas Intermediate WTI parentheses dropped to negative 37.63 per barrel.
37. Okay, not 30, but 37. Come on, man. I'm in the ballpark, man. I'm in the nosebleed section, right? Come on now.
Now in the 30s, in the 1930s, it was 13 cents.
Jesus.
That's crude oil. That's not gas.
That's still fossil fuel oil.
Crude oil, the same.
Yeah.
Shit right there.
Yeah. So it was at 30. It's like, stop playing.
But they didn't have the technology. They didn't have the technology we had now back then. So only thing they had was cars and trucks and shit, tractors. We got airplanes, all that kind of shit now.
But they had planes in the 30s.
Not that many, not as many as we got now, nigga.
True indeed, not as many as we got now. But they still had planes in the 30s.
They won't fly like they fly now. My point is, gas. A lot of shit won't burn up a lot. A lot of shit won't use in gas back there. So that's why it was so cheap.
But still, you said what year? $37 and all. Like, stop playing.
That was 2020.
2020.
That was pandemic.
So what? I was sure thinking about that. So who stacked up on oil? Somebody stacked up on oil and didn't share.
Two, the president has also announced some tangible actions over the course of the last few days. First, to provide political risk insurance to cargo vessels in the region. Second,
political risk insurance to vessels. Same thing what I was just explaining to y'all about cargo trying to go across this damn country.
to ensure that there is a free flow of energy and that we are drilling expeditiously here at home and that we're tapping into these newfound markets in Venezuela as well.
Yet again, I'm going to repeat myself. Kicking our home businesses out them countries and say, come home here to America and start those jobs. Private sector jobs, not government jobs. Blue collar jobs.
And then again, the president has also made that directive very clear to his energy team. And you saw Secretary Burgum was just in Venezuela yesterday with some of the world's biggest oil companies who have committed to investments. And Delcy Rodriguez herself said that they are working at Trump speed to tap into these markets. And then lastly, the president has
I do my close up. Why did y'all just give me a new word to use? Why do y'all just give me a new word to harass people on talk of the tick? I need y'all shit done at Trump speed. That is it.
Oh, okay.
I need shit done at Trump speed.
Man, Trump speed, remember? That speed guys at war, remember? People waiting on jobs, remember? You just said.
Hey,
Niggas mad. It took too long.
because y'all didn't do Trump speed. If y'all would have came back, did it within a year, we wouldn't be at war right now. If Iran would have did, hey, sign this deal. Iran remind me of the damn WNBA right now. Sign the fucking papers.
They signed the paper yet?
No.
So we're not gonna
And we got into the 10th, so we got what, 4 more days?
It ain't gonna happen. If it ain't happened now.
We got 4 more days.
So this will be their first strike.
Uh-huh.
And well, no, we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna say that for sports.
Sunday.
Yeah, let's get back to the
Also announced that the United States Navy will escort cargo ships through the region if and when necessary.
All right, so we'll look forward to that happening. Yesterday,
if the United States didn't blow up Iran's, remember she just said that they blew up all their airplanes, all their naval shit. If they didn't do that, then they would have the capability to get in the water, go around Africa, come on around, and park in the water and send missiles from the water, like we doing them right now. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that was pretty smart to take out their Navy, because if they hadn't took out their Navy, then they probably would be sending missiles over here.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna reach from where they at right now.
But yet again, the thing is, and they probably not gonna ever.
It'll reach Israel though. They could bomb the shit out of Israel from where they at. I mean, from where Iran could bomb Israel if they wanted to, but they couldn't fuck with us unless they use them ships.
And boy, stop! Don't do that.
But you also got to remember, it's people that's living here that was born in that country that we bombed. Think about that.
I covered that on Good Night Capiche last night. The sleeper cell that woke up in Texas and went on their little rampage.
See, that's just the first part. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
I did cover that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something we got to look into. It's not going to be easy. I'm optimistic. I'm very genuine when I say these things. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sit back and do like my resource said, because my resources, they're sitting back and like, look, I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm not going to say this. I'm not going to say that. You know what I'm saying? Prayers go out to Iran. You know what I'm saying? May they have a safe recovery. You know what I'm saying? May this war end fast and fruitful. But I'm sorry to say I need America to be on top at the end of this, because I need nothing that the Democrats, if they should ever get back in power, they come attack and take these wars or change things that we have put and changed, just trying to make the American people American and not a LGBTQ America.
Too late for that.
But yet again, that was the whole slogan of "Make America Great Again." People wanted to talk about 1776 and before then, and on to the slavery and all this other what conservatives considered a distraction from the main goal, and to get us back to when I think about America Great Again and stuff, I think about the 90s. Good commercials, good beer.
What?
Everybody getting along with each other.
That's a stone, fool.
Yet again,
Same shit we're going through right now.
Yet again, you're talking about the war. I'm talking about America. I'm talking about here at home and how it was in my neck of the woods and how it was for me growing up. And I'm just talking about that's just how it was.
So you don't remember? Oh, that's right. You don't remember. You was born yet. Oh, well, you was a little kid. Desert Shield, Desert Storm. You probably was
In the 90s?
You probably was not even born yet. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what year was that?
That was you weren't born yet. That was what? 89, 90, 91?
I was born.
Oh, okay, well. Sorry.
But that didn't affect how I grew up.
No,
man.
because you was too young. You was a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But me, yeah. It kind of it ain't the shit that happened in Desert Storm, Desert Shield, same shit. It's just in another country, bro. The country right next door. That time it was Iran. Now we fucking with Iraq. So we just went right next door.
But this war right here is not really affecting me like that either. You know what I'm saying? Gas prices, I get it. Understanding that I'm covering it to understand how it does affect me.
Just get ready to say it's got to be affecting you because you're talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
But that's because I'm learning about it and understanding what does it affect and how does it move our economy. Other than that, if I wasn't into politics and I was going out an everyday person, I can give a fuck about politics. An everyday person, it just not affecting them at all. I don't give a fuck.
It's definitely affecting the gas prices because I just learned how to change the fucking gas sign when you ride down the street. That shit went up 20 cents. And we don't get discounts on gas. Motherfucker. Damn, we work there, we don't get no discounts on gas. But yeah, anyway, I wonder why the gas went up 20 cents today. Because the day before that, it went up 5 cents. I said, damn, gas going up. And I don't want to put my business, the company shit out there, but we're very competitive when it comes to the gas. I ain't gonna tell you what we do to get that information, but
yeah,
we're very competitive when it comes to the gas. And if they go up, we go up. So today we had to go up 20 cents. And it's because of this.
Understandable. I mean, I really do get it. You know what I'm saying? For us as a family.
Why do we gotta suffer? Because
it's paying into the war. Oh
man, we want to go get a Tesla real quick. God damn.
Hey, I just seen one for $8,000.
Used?
Yeah,
Brand new.
Used. You was not finna say a brand new Tesla for $8,000. The cheapest you gonna say a brand new Tesla is $30,000.
Yeah, I believe that. Brand new, yeah. You might catch a brand new older model Lexus that's been sitting in the lot for a long time. Ain't nobody fuck with it.
Yeah.
19 or 16 or 17, you pay about $8,000 for that. But that's the older model.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind either.
No, my thing is when it comes to stuff like that is the battery.
Right, that part.
You know what I'm saying? Because my cousin friend that was up here, you know what I'm saying, talking to her about it, you know what I'm saying, riding around her through towns and saying like shit. Since she came out here the 3 days that they was out here, she filled up once. $20.
Gas.
Tesla.
Oh. And that shit, how long it lasts?
The 3 days that they was out here.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla's good around town, man, but not to go out of town. Not at all. But they good around town, bro.
I think Tesla would be good to go to Cali.
I would have to look that up and see how long your battery life is with one charge. We could look it up real quick. But I think you would just barely make it to California with one charge.
You can make it to Cali.
I sure you would just barely make it. I'm
Yeah,
about to look it up.
barely make it. But okay, so
we supposed to be talking about the war. We talking about Elon Musk.
No, we're talking about gas. I mean, that's all. You know, electric gas, bro. I go together.
Google, how much would one full charge in a Tesla? How far would that get you on one full charge in a Tesla? It depends on what model you too. A full charge for a Tesla typically costs between $11 and $23. I can afford that at home, and provides the estimate range of 250 to over 400 miles, depending on the model and driving conditions. So yeah, you're right. It would make it to California with no problem.
No problem.
And then it breaks it down by the model. The Tesla Model S offers the highest range up to 405. I guess that's got a powerful battery in it. While the Model 3 covers roughly 267 to about 363.
Okay, so check this out. And
That's still good on gas.
In a gas car, a nice little SUV. I forgot what it was exactly. We filled up halfway to Cali. Like we was in Cali. We were still very much on the outskirts. We wasn't even in San Bernardino yet. So we filled up there, right? From there, we went all the way to LA, parked, went shopping, got something to eat, drove around, seen a couple of spots, got back on the highway.
You ain't stop at Snoop's house.
Came all the way back, and I made it all the way back to my house.
On that same gas.
On that same gas.
What was the name of this truck? What was the name of it?
Like I said, I can't remember.
I need to look this. I want to know what the name was so I can look it up and see what the gas mileage is on that bitch. How much did it cost you to fill it up?
I don't know, because I didn't fill it up.
See, I need to know that too to see if that is better than having a Tesla.
Is it better to have a Tesla?
It depends on the person.
I think it's, yeah.
It depends on the person.
And it really kind of depends on what you do it out there, too.
Right.
Because for what I can honestly say, like, we didn't do a lot of driving around. Because we would have did.
That's why you had enough gas to get back home.
We would have did 10 minutes more driving. I would have had to.
See, that's why you had enough. Yeah, that's why I had enough gas to get back home, because y'all ain't do a lot of driving, which is smart.
Yeah.
Because gas in California ain't no goddamn joke.
Even though they were like, you could have stopped. I said, I wanted to see with this car, like, because I kept looking at the miles that was to Las Vegas, kept looking at the miles that it was on a
before you run out of gas.
Before I run out of gas,
Right.
and then the gas, how many miles it was before I get to my house.
Right.
You know, I'm looking at all three of them.
Y'all rented a car? Oh, that was
Yeah, it was a rental.
Oh, okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? And I think me doing that little small project kept me woke too. Because I was on, boom, bing, boom.
So you
bang,
go the whole
bing.
time, you ain't no help. They ain't drive.
Boy, when we go to Cali, I do is there.
You show curve the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I do. Because I know the streets, I know the ways, I know the cuts, I know.
That's what's up.
It'd be smoother for me to do it than anybody else. Because you're gonna be like, oh shit. Because you know you've been to Cali. Now you cross the soul highway.
Yeah.
I've been to 13 states. So I ain't been to a lot of states, but
I've been to damn near all of them.
I only heard about crossing states like that only in a few states where you just constantly crossing highways, and Pittsburgh is one. Because they got the most
Pennsylvania,
bridges.
Maryland.
Pennsylvania, Maryland.
A lot of them. But okay, so who are these three people on the panel, bro, and what they represent? And are they Democrats or are they Republicans? Because one channel is strictly Democrat and another.
You just
channel
did a
is
Democratic channel. This is a Republican channel.
I can tell by
But
the
yet
way
again, this is the press secretary. She's not either or.
she's supposed to be biased, right?
Right.
Supposed to be.
But true indeed, we know that she voted for Trump. Like, that's okay though.
That's why she got a job. I think the president know how the press secretary.
Yeah.
He do?
Yeah.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
But still, you still gotta be biased of when you news sharing. Like, with sharing that information, you can't just one sweat. And
Hey, what happened to Condoleezza Rice? What happened to her? She dead.
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, what happened to Condoleezza Rice? Hold on while you doing that. Let me find out real quick.
Yesterday in the House, there was a vote that was taken to reaffirm the U.S.'s view that Iran is the leading state sponsor of terrorism in the world. When a similar vote was taken 3 years ago, the vote was 420 to 1. Yesterday, 53 Democrats voted against that resolution, prompting Steve Scalise to say, quote, "We just had a vote in the House to simply affirm the fact that Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terrorism." 53 Democrats voted no. By denying this basic fact, these radical Democrats are defending the murderous Iranian regime and standing against America. I want to invite you to weigh in on this. And as you do that, we're going to put up on the screen here a scroll of all of the terror attacks that have occurred since 1979.
This is why
I remember that one in '83.
This is why I fuck with Fox. Because these slick motherfuckers like, okay, you think you missed this list? Let me show you something. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terrorism. 53 Democrats voted hell no by denying this basic fact. These racial Democrats are defending the murderous Iranian regime and standing against motherfucking America. How dare you, Steve? But you're right, though.
I want to invite you to weigh in on this. And as you do that, we're going to put up on the screen here a scroll of all of the terror attacks that have occurred since 1979 at the behest of the Iranians. Go ahead.
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself. Nearly 3 years ago in 2023, every single member of the House of Representatives, with the exception of one, voted together on this resolution condemning Iran as the world's state leading sponsor of terror. This is not just long-standing bipartisan policy of the United States, but nearly every single country on the planet, especially Western countries, have agreed with this basic premise. And now in 2026, you have Democrats on Capitol Hill who have been so debilitated by their derangement and their hatred for the man in the Oval Office right now that they cannot even condemn the world's leading state sponsor of terror. Why? Because they are trying desperately to try to undermine President Trump's essential action that he took to protect the United States of America, to protect our bases and our troops in the Middle East, and to ultimately ensure a more safe and prosperous world, not just in the Middle East, but across the entire globe as well.
So I guess Iran is gonna fly over here, learn how to drive trains. Five Iranian cats is gonna get in. Let's go learn how to drive choo-choo trains, hijack the trains, and then run them into something. That's what's gonna happen now.
No, I hope not. For one, two, these Democrats and not standing up for the American people that you can clearly see that needs to be standing up. And the reason I'm bringing this up because I'm gonna go back.
They need to stand up for Trump.
I'm just gonna go back to the State of the Union.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not standing for Trump. You guys wouldn't even stand for the USA team winning the gold medal.
That's fucked up.
In the Olympics.
And there was some Democrats on that team, and they stood up. But still, though, regardless of how you feel about the president or what's your racial background or profile, that team represented. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Who sent you that? Why is he making fun of a fucking... Why is he doing that?
And that's why you don't see Money Demon on my show.
That's what that was. I sent you that. So
he's trolling.
That was fucked up.
He's trolling.
Let that man rest in peace.
Yeah, I wish I could show y'all that, but
you can show it.
I don't want to.
You on StreamYard, you can show it.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
I don't want to disrespect none of my people because that's disrespectful. I'm not. Nah. I don't even want y'all to go out there and go to his page and be like, you know what I'm saying? Nah. Just understand, people. I really got to be starting to do the right thing because I got these little bitty niches. I'm not even gonna call them haters because hating, like, I got way more. I really think, to be honest with you, I be claiming like I got haters. I really don't.
What do you call
I just
them? Democrats. That was funny. That was funny. But no, I digress though. I should have said that. If y'all Democrats, I didn't mean that. That was a joke, inside joke for him. But okay, so if they're not your haters, what do you call them? If they ain't Democrats and they ain't haters, then what you call them?
I mean, that right there, that's trolling. That is like one person that's hating that wish she can just be up here hating. I don't know what's being up here on this panel with us hating makes a difference. Like, oh,
so he can be seen, so he can be heard on your shit. To try to be a, what did you call it? A culture vulture. When people come on your, people come up here and try to goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
Get you with the gotcha,
right?
Like you
get
have
get you off your spot.
Yeah, you get mad because we had a disagreement. Like this is really was bad because you know what I'm saying with the fallout with Minnesota. Cause they're like, you see this, you understand this. These guys, they came with this angle, they came with that angle, they came with this angle, they had that angle. And it was like, man, you have to agree with us. And I was almost there until they told me I have to feel like this. And when they said that, I said, back it up.
You talking about the lady in the face, or you talking about the dude?
Both of them. Both of them. When you tell me how to feel about any type of situation, I don't give a fuck if it was raining cats and dogs on a Tuesday, smoking blunts, listening to Biggie while Snoop Dogg was in the background. I don't care. Once you tell me to add my feelings into it, that's where we're going to automatically 100% disagree. I don't care if I did agree with you. I'm just going to automatically do it.
How's somebody going to tell you how to feel?
Can you say it one more time, please?
Somebody going to tell you how to feel.
That's my point.
Just like somebody trying to tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying?
And in the same breath, and these same people argue me that it's a difference from telling me and telling you that you trying to persuade you to become a Christian because they don't like people that y'all were trying to push Christianity on us. Okay, cool. If that's how you feel, even though I believe that Christians don't do that at all. True Christians don't try to push. Yeah, we may preach the word, we may preach the gospel. True indeed. But yet again, we don't try to push. But if that's what you say, cool. And I agree with them. So for the sake of argument, agree. So if that's the case, then why are you trying to push your feelings upon me? Why do I have to feel like you? For an example, you was on her when Doc was telling me I should feel some type of way about Trump, where yet again, there's no proof of Trump even doing anything at Epstein Island.
You should have ate his ass up.
I can't. It's just so much back and forth. It's just like, you know what?
It's not even worth it at this point.
It's like I just do one of these.
I get it. It's not even worth going back.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate your opinion. I appreciate your freedom of speech. You got the right to say that. You got the right to feel right there. And you have and I give you the space and opportunity to bring up the evidence and proof and all that over and over and over and over and over. I don't give a shit. You can do it to your face turn blue.
I just want to know how the hell he got Trump's private parts. I still didn't figure that one out. And then he was gonna show you the shit. I was like, "No, bro, we good. We don't need to see that, bro. We believe you."
Shout out to Doc, man. My boy he got one on the way.
You got another one
on the way.
That's peace.
That boy sweat. That boy finna go get. I need to go make sure he go get A-Rab, buddy. Wait till I get this. When I get Bird Live out the ground, I'm taking here. It's like, bro, here's a seat. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him, Jay. Because I know he gonna go right after Trump. He like, I don't want Trump locked up. Go get him. Now, when you get sued, make sure, Burn Live don't get sued. Make sure it's just only you.
You gonna get him out of jail?
No. Hell no.
Then who gonna run the seat?
Indeed.
Did you put an application in you? Nigga stupid. I don't know. You know what? Hold on, bro. I'm about to see if you can get if they got podcasting jobs on Indeed right now, bro. I'm about to see right now, bro. Hold on. You're laughing, but I want to know. Can you apply for a podcasting job? Let me see. Right now. Yes. Not now.
Ah, shit.
Podcast producer, podcast editor, no, podcast in Las Vegas. Let's go. No, you didn't spell it out, bitch. Podcast. There you go.
That was too.
Marketing manager, social media and marketing manager, a reporter, anchor, but no podcasting, no. Let me put content creator. Let me see what it says when you put in content creator.
Good night, Capiche. Good night, Capiche. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to change that to my ending.
But it's daytime. What do you mean?
But it's the end of the show.
Oh. I guess that don't make sense.
You know what? You're right. I ain't going to do it.
Videographer, freelance social media, content graphic producer. Oh, here we go.
But you know what I can do? Actually put the song to the outro, though.
The outro is the ending.
Right? Yeah.
Content and cultural.
And they can just hear the song. Good night, Capiche. Good night. Yeah. I need that song everywhere. I need people to get sick and tired of hearing it. That's how I know I need that. That's when I know I can turn to a ringtone, put it on Spotify. Go, baby.
No, there's no podcasting like jobs, but there's like jobs in the social media realm.
Yeah, it's not going to be podcasting. It's what I want you to do in the podcasting realm. Different direction. Like I got somebody now that's actually taking care of my financial side of this. Just to let you know, just to update you and update everybody on here. We've been legit. You know what I'm saying? It's been a legit business running now. I just always was putting myself everywhere. I actually got somebody to take care of this part aside of me. That's why. And when I say we finna go here to here, we finna do a jump, a leap. I promise you. And hey, if you're not on board, you're not on board. I appreciate it. But I promise you, I've been promising y'all, we're taking the next step. I just built me a squad that's actually gonna get me there. And yeah, man, stay tuned. Good night. Just stay tuned, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Every time that you're watching, this is my host. I'm your other host. We're hosting, we're casting, we're always live. Go check out Burn Coffee on Epic. It's going down. I actually got to make a Pacific one for that.
I did. I did the Sora shit, but I ain't got no Burn Coffee coming over there. Burn Coffee's already over.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Burn Coffee coming to this podcast channel soon. Stay tuned. Whenever we get it kicked off, we jump off. It's gonna jump off, and it's gonna be right. It's gonna be popping. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be that. It's gonna be. So without further ado, y'all, we out. Peace.